Hi, my name is Zachary Koltoff, and today we are going to be talking about space. Space is a continuous area or expanse which is free, available, or unoccupied. At least that's the definition. But space is a lot more. Let's start with Mercury. Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system. It's also the closest planet to the Sun. Being close to the Sun means that the temperatures can get up to 840 degrees Fahrenheit, but at night, due to the lack of atmosphere, it can get down to negative 275 degrees. Moving on, let's talk about Venus, which is the second closest planet to the Sun. One day on Venus is longer than an Earth year. Also, Venus is the only planet that spins counterclockwise on its axis. Moving right along, we have the third planet closest to the Sun, Earth, or as I like to call it, home. Earth is 71% water, yet 65% of the water has still not been explored. Moving right along, then we have Mars. Mars is known as the red planet because of iron oxide. It would take about 8 months to get from Earth to Mars. Also, one day on Mars is 37 minutes longer than on Earth. Moving right along, now we have Ceres. Is Ceres a planet? Who am I to judge? Ceres is the largest object in the asteroid belt past Mars, and it has been classified as a dwarf planet. Now let's talk about the largest planet in our solar system, Jupiter. Jupiter is known as a gas giant. Being made of gas, it doesn't have a true surface. However, Jupiter is the fastest spinning planet. Alright, time to move on to Saturn, which is the last planet that can be seen without a telescope. Also, Saturn's orbit around the Sun happens only every 29.4 Earth years, and the rings of Saturn are made of ice and rock. Now let's talk about the planet that makes everyone laugh, Uranus. Uranus is the coldest planet. It turns on its axis every 17 hours and 14 minutes. One trip around the Sun takes 84 Earth years. To cap off the planets, we have Neptune, which is the furthest planet and smallest gas giant. Its gravity is much like Earth. However, it has the strongest winds of any planet in our solar system. How can we talk about our solar system without talking about Pluto? Pluto is in the Kuiper Belt that is past Neptune. Pluto in 2006 was demoted to a dwarf planet. However, it has 5 known moons. The last planet we are going to talk about is 2003 UB313, also known as Eris. Eris is the furthest object seen in our solar system. However, it's 97 times further away than Earth is to the Sun. It is also in the Kuiper Belt, like Pluto. Now let's talk about other things in our solar system, like asteroids, which are rocky objects that orbit the Sun but are too small to be called planets. They are also sometimes referred to as planetoids and mirror planets. Now let's go ahead and talk about meteors. Meteors are bits and fragments of rocks and ice that break off of comets as they orbit the Sun. When they enter the atmosphere, they burn up in various colors based on their chemical compositions. Now let's talk about comets. Comets orbit the Sun just like planets. They're also made up of a nucleus, a coma, a tail, and an ion tail or a plasma tail. The most famous comet that we know of is Halley's Comet. Moving along, the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter contains hundreds of thousands of known asteroids. However, only 200 of them are known to be larger than 100 kilometers. Wow, in that vast space. Let's continue and let's talk about stars. Every star in the night sky is bigger and brighter than the sun. On a very dark night, you can see about 2,000 stars in each place. Now, let's go ahead and talk about supernovas. The oldest supernova can date back almost 2,000 years. A supernova burns at 1 billion degrees Celsius, and a nearby supernova could cause a mass extinction. Moving right along, let's talk about black holes. Black holes can't be seen with the naked eye. The first black hole wasn't discovered until X-ray astronomy was used. Also, the gravity in a black hole is so heavy that not even light can escape. Finally, let's talk about the night sky. When you look up, there is a vast world out there. There are stars, there are comets, and all of that put together, that makes up space.